Matters. Shop with confidence at the Home Depot and get 4th of July savings on Ryobi, the #1 cordless outdoor power brand. It's time to choose your power. Both the Ryobi 18-volt and 40-volt self-propelled mower kits are on special buy for an even lower price of $429 each, was $479. Ryobi's battery platform delivers the power, runtime, and dependability you need to tackle yard work with ease. Shop 4th of July savings on Ryobi outdoor power only at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid June 25th through July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
I guess the word I would use to describe this weekend for your Milwaukee Brewers is eventful. It was an eventful weekend for the Milwaukee Brewers gang. Not only did they have the series that they played out in Arizona, which at one point Dario was like walking me through. He's like, oh, and then this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And I go, oh, I forgot that they were in Arizona. He goes, well, it's the same ballpark, just in the desert. So he's like, if you were picturing AmFam, you weren't far off. I said, okay, good. Brewers get the win yesterday, 3-2 over Arizona. Ended up losing on Saturday. But when I say eventful, I'm talking about some of the more minutia that went on with the team, including, and I think we have to start here, guys, Brandon Woodruff back on IL. This is a tough break for Woody, no doubt. But it's an even tougher break for the Milwaukee Brewers, who, Gabe, I think now must be buyers, must buy arms at the deadline in order to maintain the position they have, the expectations that we all have. You know, we all were talking about, well, what does your rotation look like if you got 1, 2, 3 and you're pretty impressed with the 1, 2, 3 that they have. But I don't think you can rely on Woody to be a guy for your playoff stretch. So I think you need to go out and get somebody.
Yeah, it sucks because we all love Woody. He's given as much as he possibly can trying to work this way back. But when you're pitching and then you have this and you come back and after 2 starts, you've got dead arm again.
It's like a hamstring?
Arm.
No, I'm saying, is it like a hamstring or it's a chronic hamstring throughout the season?
Not really, because like dead arm just like happens, you know? I mean, there might be a little something structurally wrong in there, but guys, usually if you have dead arm, you rest, you come back, you're going to be fine. It's not just, oh, hey, you've got a dip in velocity once again. So Jen's right. You can't count on Woody for anything, which stinks.
How long was he out before? 6?
Yeah,
So
that sounds about right.
Going to be at least another 6?
Well, but then the problem, Chew, is, okay, so let's say he's out for another 6.
Yeah.
But then it's just another 2 starts.
Yeah,
that doesn't help you. That doesn't do anything for you.
And he was so dang good in those 2 starts
Yeah.
that he made since coming back from the IL. What I didn't love, guys, and there's a lot of details obviously that are emerging, was Murphy saying it wasn't totally a surprise that something cropped up again. What? I'll tell you what, for me, it was a surprise, guys. He's out there the other day with dead arm, what was it, second or third inning? I mean, It was pretty early in the game. That was a surprise to me. But it sounds like the Brewers thought, well, maybe they were sort of playing with fire a little here. There was always a chance that this could crop up again. So, again, I agree with you, Gabe, 100%. I don't think anybody's over here going, trying to say that Woody is a bad dude or,
No,
he's given everything. It just stinks. It's unfortunate, but you cannot count on him for the rest of the season. Maybe he gives you something. Maybe you can transition him to the bullpen, and that ends up being better for him, and he can become, a reliever and still contribute that way. I don't know. I just don't know what you do. And, I would imagine, Jen, that the Brewers aren't shocked by this because how long have they been dealing with this now?
I'm not going to write him off, though. I mean, give him 10 weeks then, or give him 12 weeks, and then see if that fixes it and he can come back. I mean, you're not going to just ice him for the whole season.
Well, sure, you're going to have him come back, but I'm not going to expect him to be able to do anything.
Well, I guess that's the point, Shu, is if he does come back, it's almost like a bonus. Because I think you have to operate as though he's not going to be 100% for the remainder of the season. And with that in mind, I think then it does force the issue for the Brewers. We've had many conversations on this program about what they need to do before the trade deadline in order to bolster this roster. And all of a sudden, as we were talking about relief pitching, as people have talked about a bat, we have talked about, and Skubal has been the big name when it comes to a starter. Doesn't it feel now like this forces their hand? Doesn't this feel like you have to go out and get somebody to, solidify that rotation?
Well, it doesn't have to be Skubal if that price comes to be out of control with teams bidding on him. You just move down the list. But I agree they will need someone because you can't rely on him. It kind of feels like, remember Watson the year of the hamstring?
Yeah.
Where he come back, you're like, how long is it going to be? That's what it kind of feels like, and hopefully they luck out.
I would hate for them to think that he's got something going, and then this happens to him in a postseason game. Like he goes out there and he just doesn't have it, and he's giving up 3 runs. You're like, oh crap! All right, now we got to scramble. I don't know how you can.
Is it nerves?
Yeah, it's more of his shoulder.
Got to be nerves though, right? With the dead arm, I mean, there's got to be some nerve, something going on in there. Because how else do you explain the phenomenon?
I don't. I can't. I think it's just something with his shoulder that he continues to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the multiple surgeries that he's had.
Okay.
You get your arm cut up that many times, and it's a bummer. But yeah, I think the Brewers cannot approach of, oh yeah, well you'll just give him rest and he's going to be fine, and we'll pitch him in September and he's going to be great. And man, September's going to be here in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're looking at. If he misses the amount of time that he did previously, and then you give him a little bit of extra time because you want to be cautious, we're talking about, okay, he can maybe make 2 or 3 starts before the postseason. Are you holding your breath?
Well, that's what it will be.
That he's going to be a contributor? I don't know how you can count on him and feel good about him being a contributor for you on a playoff team.
Yeah.
And maybe if you get something cool. So, yes, go out, see what Skubal would cost, see what Sonny Gray could potentially cost. I know Sandy Alcantara is somebody that people keep bringing up on the talk and text line. That would be, you're hoping the pitching lab can fix and cure what ails him. But I think they do need to add a starting
Why
pitcher.
is it always something?
Baseball's a long season.
No, not only in baseball. Every team in Wisconsin.
Are we doing this? Are we doing this thing?
It feels that way.
But Woody shouldn't have factored in. Like, Woody is a peripheral player in terms of this isn't Terang going down, Churio going down. This isn't Yelly, Contreras, Miz, even Kyle Harrison.
Yeah, but we're talking, we're competing with
far
the
down the
Dodgers.
list. Yeah, if he was your 4.
If he was our 4.
Yeah, but he's not healthy enough to do so.
But, I mean, again, when we have talked about the Brewers' rotation, it has always been Miz, Harrison, and then Woody. And then Woody got hurt, and we were like, oh, shoot, now. And then he came back, and we were like, oh, but look at how good he's been, right? Maybe he could. If there is just a bump in the road, right? Maybe it was just a setback, but he's going to be good. He's going to be able to put up these types of numbers the rest of the season. This is a glaring hole to me.
I agree. Now all of a sudden that rotation goes to It's fine.
Well, you want another veteran, and that's what Woody brought. Because Miz, as much as we love Miz, he's never started a postseason game. He was great in the postseason appearances he made last year. They didn't trust him to start games. Kyle Harrison's never started a game. Sproat's never started a game. Henderson, and he should be back this week on the mound for the Brewers, which would be a nice boost.
You think they bring Gasser back?
Well, Gasser's going to throw one of the games tomorrow because that's why they sent him to Arizona. It's a accounting thing. But, yeah, they're going to bring him back to throw the second game of the doubleheader. But Henderson's going to be coming back this week. But, I mean, Gasser's not somebody you're going to throw in a – he's not going to make the postseason rotation.
Yeah.
Henderson was dealing with a back injury, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and he's looked good in his minor league rehab starts. And his numbers, he was probably the Brewers' third best pitcher before his injury. But you have no experience in starting postseason games.
So, again, I know that in the postseason, the rotations shrink. You're not always going 5 men, right? But if you had to say your postseason 5-man rotation right now, Gabe, besides the top 2 who we all are aware of, I mean, is Henderson your guy?
Yeah, Henderson.
Is Sproat your guy?
Henderson, Sproat are the next 2. See if you're shortening that down to a 4-man rotation. It's Henderson and Sproat.
It's just always something. When the Bucks were relevant, Giannis is hurt. Last year,
this isn't Giannis
Kraft.
being hurt.
This is Tucker Kraft.
It's not. No,
this isn't Tucker Kraft. This
rotation now is deficient to the Dodgers.
I mean, it was before.
Yeah, but we were talking about it in Sproat and Woody being back to the old Woody. Then you compete.
And I don't know how big the gap is, guys, but like when you look at the standings, Brewers have the second best record in baseball right now behind the Dodgers. So like the thing about the Woody injury is it made me nervous because, again, when we had talked about the rotation, it was 1, 2, 3, and Woody is there. If he's healthy, he can be that guy. And he wasn't healthy, so now you're like, okay, Brewers might need to go out and address this. You might need to go out and get that veteran, as you're mentioning. Now it is emergency. We are on DEFCON, in my opinion. DEFCON, whatever the high one is, because I can never remember.
It's 1 or 5.
It's 1 or 5. That's right, Dave. I don't know.
1.
Yeah. Well, come on. We had her on the line, Josh.
Have we mentioned, by the way, that Pat Murphy said it's a cyst that he can have surgically removed for Brandon Woodruff that they believe is attributing to the dead arm? Like, it's not just like one of those nebulous things.
I thought that he had the cyst removed. Is it a new cyst?
I believe it is a
I guess that's how cysts work.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not a cyst expert, but
sure, you got a cyst guy?
Yeah, me. No, I have them. I do.
And they just keep popping back up.
Oh, now he gets just to show his bicep on the camera.
Oh, look at this.
Look at
But can you see it?
Yeah, I can, yes.
Actually, I can. So please put it away.
It's better when
I'm sorry it's on my bicep. Next time I'll tell it to go to my big toe.
We don't need
for a cyst. I gave you a cyst.
We don't need you pulling Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
like pulling your foot up so it gets on the camera. We don't need that
hold on
either.
a minute. So how often does your cyst show up?
Oh, I've had them removed.
And then they come back.
When I played, I had 9 of them removed at one time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and they were big.
What causes them?
Polishness.
Okay, well, you just lost all credibility at this end.
Brandon
No,
Woodruff's
it did. My
come
mother
from
had
repeated
them.
surgeries.
I've got them.
Didn't
My
you know
sons have
Brandon Woodruffski?
them. Yeah. Hanging out with the Miz too much. Eating his borscht.
Oh, so now cysts are contagious.
Yeah.
According to our cyst
Evidently.
guy.
They jump from host to host.
This is what you happen when you make him the cyst guy.
I didn't make him anything. He made himself the cyst guy. 800-990-3776. Talking about Brandon Woodruff's most recent injury. Back to the IL for him. And what are the Brewers going to do? So, Gabe, if you had to guess, will they address starting pitching before the trade deadline?
I do think they will. I keep looking at this minor league system, and you are going to be able to give up some guys that have been on those lists of top 100 prospects. When Baseball America and places like that update the list, you could give up some guys on that list and still have a top 2, top 3 farm system in all of baseball. To go out and get Sonny Gray. What are the Red Sox going to ask for Sonny Gray? It's not going to be much. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Sonny we're going to talk about all-star snubs later. He leads the American League in wins. He's pitched really well for the Red Sox. That should not cost you what it would cost Tarek Skubal. So while I will sit here and hold out hope that Skubal's at the top of the list and they can somehow negotiate a deal for him, there will be other options for them to go out and get veteran type of pitchers that can fill that number 3, number 4 spot in the rotation, especially once we get to the postseason.
On the talk and text line, the Carbless talk and text line, 800-990-3776, Joey asks, what's up with Priester? Well, he's done for the year. They finally decided to have that thoracic outlet decompression surgery. So he is not an option. He is not available for anybody out there wondering about that. 800-990-3776. What was your reaction this weekend to the Brandon Woodruff injury? And does it feel like more desperate times for your Milwaukee Brewers? Because, again, I think we have talked about the window, right? And I know that that's going to be attributed to Jeff Passan now, who talked about sitting on the ledge versus jumping through the window, to which Tausch was like, who's jumping through windows? When did this happen where you hop up into the ledge and jump out the window? But the window is open for the Milwaukee Brewers, and it does feel like they want to take advantage of this opportunity, and I think that means they have to go out and get an arm. Lock up that rotation. Miz at the top, Harrison afterward is intimidating. It is scary. It is the type of rotation that, makes other lineups quiver in their boots. But after that, it feels a little dicey. Now, could those guys outperform Chu? Of course they can. You've seen that happen, right? As guys they've been reliable, but they haven't been lights out. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, where did this come from? Found another gear. Certainly that could happen. But I am feeling like the Brewers must make a move now. This has forced their hand. They must make a move and address the starting rotation, given Brandon Woodruff's latest injury. 800-990-3776.
I guess they don't go Skubal. They'll go with someone below Skubal. I just think the price
Skubal's got to
be
made
too high.
It's not going to be super high.
You don't think so?
No, teams just don't give up top prospects for rentals anymore.
Yeah,
that's just not how it works.
The Cubs are only 6 now. That feels like it's getting a little closer.
Really isn't. It was 7 last week.
Okay.
They've made up 1 game in the last 10. They're 7-3. Brewers are 6-4.
All right.
So 6 games is a pretty healthy lead to have.
So I am getting the vibe that I'm the most deflated of the panel.
I'm deflated.
You're deflated?
Well, no, you're just overvaluing how important he was.
But I think that it can be fixed. I think it can be addressed.
Yes.
I think it must be addressed.
Okay.
Yeah, they can, they will. Whether it's Skubal or not, again, that's the big hope is Skubal.
I don't know. Based upon the last 2 games he threw, I'm like, wow, he's back. Would he?
Yeah. But you're always holding your breath every time you went out there.
Because he's old?
Because his shoulder just keeps giving out on him.
Oh, okay.
His shoulder gave out on him going into the playoffs when he was healthy. Then his shoulder gave him out last year going into the playoffs. And his shoulder gave out to him again.
Maybe I'm a Pollyanna. I wasn't holding my breath.
I wasn't either.
These last I wasn't like sitting here going, when's the other shoe going to fall for Woody? I was
that arm.
Here we go, man.
Yeah.
They figured it out. He's back.
I felt like we tried to say that. Because that's sort of been the Brewers' approach. They've been afraid of what's going to happen with Woody for the past 3 seasons. They're hoping for the best, and you give them every shot to do it.
Yep.
But it's like it seems like this was. I never banked on him being on the playoff roster, and that's just where I was at with him.
Which is fair.
I was going to be very excited if he was, and if he was able to keep it going. But I don't think anything really changed that much for the Brewers. I think they were always under the understanding of we can't bank on this.
So dead arm is actually worse than it sounds? I thought it was a nothing.
But if he keeps cropping up and he keeps having cyst problems, keeps having to get him removed because it's preventing him from throwing something harder than 88 miles an hour. Yeah. Then it's an issue. And how many times has he had surgery? I mean, it's like any other injury, Chew. How many times can you have surgery on your right arm before it goes down
no more.
Yeah.
800-990-3776. Your reaction to Brandon Woodruff's latest injury, which will probably keep him out. Look, he was out nearly 2 months last time. I think that's a conservative estimate, right? I don't see them rushing him back the second go-round with the same injury. My hope for Woody was gone last season. Should have never been back this year. That from Chris in the MKE.
That was his decision, wasn't it? Didn't he sign a player option?
No, the Brewers offered him. So the Brewers weren't going to give him a long-term deal. They gave him the qualifying offer in hopes that he would sign.
Take it.
He would sign elsewhere for big money, And everybody was scared to sign him because of the shoulder. So then he
Gotcha.
accepted the qualifying offer because it's $20+ million guaranteed.
That's how it went.
Soda Pop weighing in saying lots of people were excited after Woody's first start back, but he's toast. Yeah, it does feel like a black cloud hanging over this Brewers team. And again, second best record in baseball. They're still very, very good. But I think that if you were one of those people who was excited about Woodruff's return, well, the other shoe has fallen. 800-990-3776. We got a lot of stuff to get to this morning. It wasn't just the Brandon Woodruff, the all-star rosters, or I'm sorry, not the whole rosters.
Yeah, the entire rosters are out.
Oh, I thought that, guys can still make it if guys drop out.
Correct.
But the rosters are out because, again, I'm still holding out hope that there's a few Brewers potentially who will make the all-star roster who were not named. Snubs, you might say. We'll talk about that and so much more. It's a Great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're planning a home project or need flexibility, tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41 continues a bit of a backup from Appleton Avenue down towards Hampton. Northbound, we do still have that broken down vehicle on the left shoulder right about at Mayfair Road. A little tight right past that to Burleigh. Westbound 94 slowing down coming out of the stadium towards Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down towards 35th Street. Other than that, for the most part, we're looking okay. A couple of other broken down vehicles, one near Barker Road and another one on 41 northbound at Pilgrim Road. There's some debris in that area, so just be careful as you're driving out there. I think it's tire debris. Traffic is brought to you by MoMA. MoMA is the new name connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, getting you back in action with expert evaluation and innovative treatments provided in their offices, the Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, or MOSH. Call or walk in today. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We see you out there gearing up for the cold weather ahead. From home winterization to vehicle maintenance, insulated apparel, and more, Blaine's Farm and Fleet has what you need for the season at unbeatable value. Like all windshield wiper blades, 25% off, 10% off Southwire extension cords and building wire. Rewards members save 15%, and Rewards members save $5 on Blaine's Platinum Automotive batteries. Find the value you need to get ready for winter your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Celebrate and save big during Steinhaffel's Furniture and Mattress 4th of July sale. Save up to 30% store-wide, then take $75 off every $7.99 you spend. And we make buying your new room easy with our special 60-month 0% financing. Plus, take an extra 15% off our already low-priced clearance. And don't forget about the amazing doorbusters throughout the store. It's Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years.
Member FDIC. Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How do you get to 10 in NFL in the football game? How do you do that?
You can have 5 safeties.
That's a great point.
Which would also be a great endorsement for Derek Carr.
2 field goals,
Continue.
2 safeties.
2 field goals, 2
Also
safeties.
a great endorsement for the quarterback.
Yes.
Continue. What else do we have?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Some other big news from the Brewers weekend, of course, was a couple of Brewers being named to the All-Star game. No big shocker here, as Jacob Misiorowski and William Contreras got the nod. Big snub, though. Big snub, Bryce Terang, guys. I mean, and this is universal, right? You know how the day after the All-Star rosters are announced, there's always like, who got snubbed? Who got left out? And all of the publications throw it out there. To a man, every single one I read, Gabe, said Bryce Terang was snubbed at second base, should have been on the roster, no questions asked.
Yeah, NL ends up with 2 second basemen. Ozzie Albies elected the starter by the fans from the Braves, and then Luis Arias, kind of shockingly. Now, he's just kind of the slap guy, gets a bunch of base hits, doesn't really walk, doesn't really strike out, doesn't have a ton of power, doesn't play a particularly well defensive second base. In fact, he's so bad at second base, he was playing first base before he ended up with the Giants this year, where they went, oh, yeah, we can put you back at second base. He was the more... I am shocked that that players elected Arias over Bryce Terang.
Small market?
No, because people love Terang.
No, I know, but I mean...
Players, but this isn't...
from the
this
fans'
isn't
vote, though.
Well, for the fan vote, whatever, it's Ozzie Albies. I'm talking about Arias getting in over him.
Yeah.
Like, players know how good this
Well, it
guy
should
is.
be.
People in baseball know how good this guy is. They can't stop drooling over him every time he plays.
That's what they should do, like the Pro Bowl. Third coaches, third players, third fans. And it should balance itself out. Because Milwaukee's not going to get as many votes as in L.A. or a New York, you know. So that part of it isn't fair. But the other part should override it. Why do you think they did it?
I have no idea. Because it's not... Logan Webb also made it from the Giants, so it's not... Because sometimes it can be you got snubbed because part of Major League Baseball rules is every team needs to have an all-star.
But I would get
And if Arias was their only all-star, you go, well, that's where they decided to do it, and it sucks for Bryce Terang, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
like-
but that was not the case here
Yeah.
because Logan Webb also made it from the Giants.
Like, I get it if the Brewers were 10 games below 500.
Yeah.
But they're the second best team.
Correct.
So, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, because a lot of times they say in the NFL, the Pro Bowl, you got to have one good year.
Before, yeah.
And you get snubbed. And
He's
then,
had-
yeah,
he's
I
had
know.
3 consecutive good years,
Yeah.
right? Like
So he
2024,
should be
2025,
past that.
this season.
I mean, that sucks. Because this team, I mean, that's like us when we won the Super Bowl in 96, right? We had 5 guys. While there were teams that we were much better with had 8 and 9. We didn't have one lineman, but we were the number 2 offense. I mean, it sucks because a guy like that wants to play.
Yeah, and he's never been in one.
And he's never been in one, so...
He could still make it. I'm guessing he's at the top of the lists in terms of offensive players the second somebody bows out.
Yeah. Is Harrison fair or no?
Probably should have gotten a nod also.
Yeah. I think he's better than Logan. I mean, not to pick on the Giants, but he's better than Logan Webb.
Yeah.
Wait, so of the 2 Giants players that we have now taken out,
Yeah.
which one should have gotten the mandatory spot?
Logan Webb's most deserving.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean Kyle Harrison isn't better than him this season.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's probably the way to...
I think that is the best way to answer that question, Joshie. Yes.
And I don't even know necessarily if Logan Webb's not deserving, but he's not as deserving as Kyle Harrison.
I think what bothers me about it is that Bryce Terang was a narrow miss last year.
Yeah.
Right? Remember we were having this conversation of like, and so if you're him, like let's just put ourselves in Bryce Terang's brain for a second. You're like, all right, didn't happen. I'm just going to go out there and absolutely mash, right? And I'm going to crush it at second base, which he has done at a very high level. You know, play the most elite baseball that I can play. And they can't ignore me again. They can't keep me off the list again. And here we are again in 2026. Now, again, there's still an option where he may make it on as a backup. I'm crossing my fingers for him for that. But that's frustrating, right? Like he's already had the experience of being the always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Now he's facing it again after, again, putting up really, really good numbers.
Oh, offensively, he's got better numbers than
all of them.
Every second baseman in baseball, yes. His OPS. I mean, I don't even know what Louis. I don't even want to look up what Luis Ariza's OPS is.
Something
But
like
Bryce's is 892. Right?
What's that?
His OPS
is 820.
820. Okay. Must have been before this weekend then.
He actually played well this weekend.
Like how many Dodgers made it? How many Braves made it? A ton?
More.
Yeah.
5, I think, each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher.
So it does
Higher.
feel snubby.
Higher.
Very snubby. What about Churio? Fair?
Yeah, missing the month was always going to be tough for him to be
Okay.
able to put up good enough numbers. And I think he still almost did it. I think he would have been a no doubt all-star had he not missed the first month of the season.
Also, Jake Bowers.
First base is just tough.
It's hard because it's crowded.
Yeah, first base is just tough.
But when you look at most important guys like across the NL
Yeah.
and what he's meant to the Brewers this season, hard to argue he probably shouldn't be on the, hey, if there's some guys who can't make it. Or
Oh,
won't
I
make
would
it.
think so, yeah. Yeah, he's got a better chance probably than Churio,
Yeah.
I would think, as being a replacement.
Let me ask you guys this, because I had mentioned this before when we were talking about potential Cy Young race. And we had talked about Kyle Harrison. And we had talked about how he had to pitch in that Little League baseball park in Las Vegas, and it absolutely inflated his ERA. Do you think that came into play when they were throwing these rosters together? You think there was an ignorance to, yeah, it's not the best number. It's still really, really good. But do you think there was an ignorance to that game and those circumstances contributing to his ERA that kept him off the list?
I think it's more he's a rookie and other guys they decided to just put in ahead of him. I think it's that simple. I think kind of like you were talking about you with the Pro Bowl. Sometimes you need to have a really good year before you get there. And for Harrison, having a half good year and not having the electric nature about him that Miz does when Miz was a replacement last year, I think that's what kept Kyle Harrison.
How do they look at it? Like the players or the coaches, how do they look at it? Like Terang, do they look at his defense at all? Because I'm not going to lie, being a pretty good blocker really didn't help me out going into the Pro Bowl. Because typically you just look at numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, this guy's got X amount of sacks. He's leading the league. Okay, he's in. How do you think they do it in baseball?
I don't know, but the way
batting
that
average, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the criteria they use?
And I know the guy who's drooled over Terang the most is in the American League, so he didn't have a vote, right, in terms of the National League guys, is Aaron Judge. But when you hear Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarber talk about Bryce Terang the way they did post-Team USA, you would have thought that would have gotten him enough recognition league-wide of, this guy's a pretty good second baseman.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And again, this isn't a thing where if you're following baseball, you're ignorant to what the Brewers have been doing, right? I'm watching, Major League Baseball Network. I'm seeing the clips on social media. Those hosts, those guys are talking to the Brewers every week, right? You got you got Harrison on, you got Terang on, you got Miz on, you got all these guys. So it's not as though they're an afterthought when you talk about, to your point, they have the second best record in baseball. This is not an afterthought team where you can make the excuse of, well, let them just stay under the radar. Let's just keep winning with no one knowing. Like, people know.
Yeah. That's why it should be a 4-player all-star team. There should be 4 guys. If you just look at the schedule, how they play.
Oh, yeah.
You should be, okay, they got 4. The Dodgers got a lot of money. Okay, they should have 5. And same with Atlanta. But to have 2...
with the second best record in baseball.
Yeah.
2 is light.
For what it's worth, guys, we were talking about Kyle Harrison. If you drop the Las Vegas start from his stats, he has a 1.98 ERA on the season. Which
is still a half run higher than Miz.
But I'm saying, how do you ignore a 1.98 ERA, right?
Yes, correct.
You can't.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if you look at his numbers still and you compare him against guys that got in over him, it's still better.
Yeah.
Like, I know it would probably help tip the scales if you look at it and go, wow, I can't ignore it.
We can't keep a guy with a sub-2 ERA out.
But you look at the numbers and you still go, well, geez, how many guys have been better in all the National League than him?
Logan Webb has a 3.66 ERA.
Right.
Dave weighing in on the YouTube stream, gang. You can always stream the show on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube stream. Says, take the voting away from the fans. Now, I don't know.
I would just dilute it. I would just dilute it.
That has nothing to do with the pitching. The pitching staff is selected by players' managers.
So
Pitchers have nothing to do.
Terrain related. Then.
Yes, that would be just terrain related in terms of him not starting at second base.
It feels like Harrison got you got to earn your stripes first.
Yeah, that does feel a little bit like that.
It's we keep out who we decide to keep out, let in who we think deserves it based on tenure and career.
Well, and I think they always can get away with, but guys are going to drop out. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to be making a start on that Sunday before. Miz, don't get me started on it. Do not get me started on that.
Yeah, but then you're an
alternate.
Then you're an alternate.
But you're not an alternate. They don't consider it an alternate.
Well, I do.
But they don't.
That's how I roll.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You have always.
It bothers the sugar out of me.
You have always been consistent about the alternate versus being
we
a true.
just talked about how we believe that Harrison has earned the spot. We talked about how we believe Bryce Terang has earned the spot. So if they do get named to the All-Star team, why would you try to minimize the accomplishment if you think they earned it by calling them alternates?
Because they're alternates.
So
because he's thinking about the Pro Bowl.
In the Chewy record book, Miz has not made an All-Star team. All right, now he's made one.
I know. Yeah,
he's made one because
Correct.
last year doesn't count because he was a. I mean, and they asked a bunch of guys first before
look
they
at
landed
all
on him.
the guys that have Pro Bowl attached to their name.
Yeah,
being the 8th alternate.
Sure.
I mean, like
than Shedeur Sanders.
We don't use Pro Bowl for any sort of
and you
credible
shouldn't anymore.
metric.
Except when we're talking about the 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I was going to say, except for when Chewy does. And then remembers.
See, now I was first alternate, but the 2 tight ends went in front of me, right? Where the next year, the 3rd alternate tight end guy, it's just Bush League. That's it. You voted in or you're not. Whether it's right, wrong, or
But by
indifferent.
who? I think that's what we're trying to nail down because it does feel like the fans, given the responsibility, can't handle it.
So they're 50% of the vote?
Fans are 100% of the vote for the starters.
That needs to be diluted.
So that's 100%.
Yes.
Starters are 100% selected by the fans.
Yes.
Except for the pitching staff.
Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
It should be a combination. Or, like, on TV when they say you can vote on stuff for game shows, just make it pretend.
Okay.
You guys do it. Yeah, good job, everyone.
Far
You
be it for
nailed
me to hand over responsibilities to our robot overlords. But can't we just AI this thing? Can't you just push these guys?
I don't want to AI it.
But it's
Nope.
got to be more reliable than this.
What do we need AI
Because
for?
all I'm saying is we're looking at stats, right? You're looking at how many starts guys made. You're looking at the stats that they posted, and you're comping them to everybody else. Can't we just throw it into a computer BCS style and have it spit back?
Oh, yeah, because the BCS was over. It was just,
But this seems
really welcomed.
egregious at this point, right? Baseball
does,
fans
but
want to
then-
act like they're super smart and they know the sport, but then stuff like this keeps happening.
But then that's why I was saying the criteria, because where do you put defense? I mean, every sport is talking offense, right?
We've
Offense,
got
offense,
stats for
offense.
that, though.
And the problem is...
But where do you rank it? How much does his defense matter?
Well, right now, analytically, his defense analytically is not where it's been the last couple of years. The Brewers heavily disagree with those public analytics and think that he is still just as good as he was when he won the Platinum Glove 2 years ago. But some of those analytics are a little off.
Okay.
At least in their opinion. So you're always going, even if you try to come up with some solution and throw it in AI,
I don't
teams
know.
are going to
I
disagree
agree with you with
it.
the AI. It should be easier than it actually is. And I'm not a big AI guy.
You've never used AI once.
So I think, what if we took Joshy's idea and we pretended that the fans told us who the All-Stars were?
Well, I can tell you this. I got in big trouble because of AI this weekend.
You're just telling us this now?
It just came to my
remembered.
head.
He just remembered.
Yeah.
He just
Hold
remembered.
on to it, big guy.
Completely forgot.
We'll come back to that in just a moment here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Before meeting the team at Jens, I had never, not once, stepped foot inside of a chiropractic office, but I am so glad I did. So if you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage symptoms. And they've certainly helped me. I was dealing with a little bit of lower back pain. Turns out one of my legs is longer than the other, so that's kind of contributed to some of the lower back pain. And I am getting treatment. It's not just, we'll make the symptoms go away. No, they want to make sure I get treated so I have long-term health care. And that's what all you can ask for when you're talking to a chiropractic team, because they focus on finding what really is causing the issue. Then they have personalized treatment, just like they've done for me. I go through 3 different things each and every week, but they've been serving Milwaukee area patients for nearly 10 years. Thousands of patients helped. Advanced treatment options, long-term approach to care. Learn more. Check out new patient specials at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Got a little bit of a backup. Southbound 41 now between Hampton and Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 slowing down through the stadium to 35th. Westbound through the stadium to about Mitchell Boulevard. And that's pretty much it by way of major delays. Right now, just a few taps on the brakes as volume starts to pick up around the rest of the area. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
They pretty much hurt doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics' all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery, and then the knee is not yours, and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at wistatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they
6,
have.
8,
6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right?
8,
and they
6,
lost, and he
7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know how much we love Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin here on ESPN Milwaukee, because shopping for new windows or doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. Didn't do that with me. Just sat down, went through all the different options for our new front door that we got last fall, and I love it. Absolutely love the new front door that we have that has the secret screen door that, with the cooler weather this week, after we've broken out of the heat wave, cannot wait to have that thing open all week long. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today. PellaWI.com.
So what happened, dude?
Okay, AI. So all the kids were back this weekend, all in the house, which was nice, made Mama happy. So we're just hanging out at the lake, back deck, bonfire Friday night. And she's like, yeah, we're going to go to the Stone Bank Parade tomorrow, which is a lovely, great Americana. I'm like, no, I'm not going. So she wasn't buying it. It was, Friday night, a couple of cocktails, go to bed, wake up, go down, have coffee, breakfast. And she's like, all right, I'm going to go shower. We'll leave here at whenever. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm out. I don't want to deal with crowds screaming and stuff like that. The kids are here. We're having a party. I got to set up. I'm out. So she gives me a laundry list of chores. Well, they've got, you're doing this and that and this. So she goes to the parade with the friends.
Oh, no.
I'm setting up. So she takes, a couple pictures and stuff with the caption, "You suck." So I'm like, that's fine. So I, in turn, send her a picture of the blammer.
Sure.
From our other house. So my one son, Nolan's like, let's put that in AI and make it look as like he's here right now at the lake house. And I'm like, I'm going to catch hell, number one. I'm like, you guys got to have my back.
They're not going to have your back.
So he sends it, AI.
Sure. That looks pretty good.
From the lake house. The next caption. You are a dead man. I'm on my way home. And now all the kids are sitting there dying laughing. I'm not, because I know I'm all right, you guys got to have my back. And they're like, you got to let it play out. Let it burn. She comes in, doesn't even look at me. Steam coming out of her ears. She still wouldn't believe me.
That he wasn't there?
That it was AI. Yeah. Until Nolan had to prove it to her, like, look, and then everything was fine. But.
Just out of curiosity, what was Endgame here? Because it sounds like, and again, tell me if I'm wrong, it sounds like Endgame for your kids was watching you get in trouble.
Correct.
Which they like, yes.
But you complied.
Yeah, he gave into peer pressure.
Yeah.
You gave into peer pressure.
Well, I wasn't happy with the chores. So I wanted to fire a shot across the bow.
In trouble?
Yeah, I got myself in trouble when she said, all right, I want you going to the grocery store picking up all this stuff. And then she left and I sent Dylan. I'm a delegator. What do you want me to do?
Was she aware of that detail, or did you just out yourself
she found
again?
out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she found out.
I mean, who cares who goes to the store?
Oh, she does.
As long as it gets done.
Well, she knows that going to the grocery store the morning of July 4th will be hell.
Yes, punishment, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you like to actually go to the grocery store. Because you can wander.
But not crowds.
Correct.
I'm anti-crowd.
So typically you go on the mornings when most people are working.
Yeah.
So who went with her to the parade if you had other kids who were back at the house with you?
She went with her friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so the rest of the family stayed back.
Correct.
So she's the only one from the family.
Yes. Yeah. And they were loving it. They knew exactly what. And I kind of knew it was going to happen, but yeah. So good old AI got me in a little soup.
Just putting on a show for the kids.
That's amazing what you.
Oh,
it's like, I'm like, how'd you move his arms? Because his arms weren't like this in the other picture.
Well, shockingly, AI knows what arms look like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
able to recreate it with ease.
So, yeah.
It also helps that, your friend the Blammer, who is your neighbor, wears the same thing literally every day.
Yeah.
So you can take that one picture and don't have to worry about changing the shirt.
Did the joy you got from her thinking Blammer was at your house eclipse or supersede? Was it bigger than the trouble that you got in?
Yeah, I didn't think she'd want me dead.
Oh, I would.
You knew
would?
here?
Yeah. So,
We expected
Yeah.
that response. How did you not see that coming?
yeah. But we had to put the two pictures next to one another and show that they were the exact same picture. Because like you said, he wears the same outfit every day.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, all she had to do was show whoever did it. Was it on Dylan's phone or Nolan's phone?
Yeah.
All you had to do was show the prompts, right?
Yeah.
And say, here, look, we made it right here. Jalen weighing in saying, sounds like she can have friends, but Chewy can't.
I just don't want a lot of them around at the same time.
It's this specific
This
friend. That's the
specific friend,
problem.
yes.
Oh, yeah, there's history there.
Like, if you took a picture of Joshy sitting at the counter, I don't think there'd been a problem.
No, there would have been no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, questions.
Right. Yeah, might be a couple of questions.
The problem is that there were leftovers in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was
And
worried about those
anticipated
leftovers.
those leftovers being gone with the Blammer. Because the rub is world's biggest mooch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's the
think
rub.
The biggest part here is the previous bans that he's been given from visiting.
Yes.
Have any of those bans been lifted, or are we just...
No.
They're just concurrent. They just roll
Yeah,
over,
they
right?
just-
He's serving like 11 consecutive sentences.
Yeah.
Chewy just has to sneak him in every once in a while.
There's no parole. He's in there for
no
life.
chance of parole.
No.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen Gave It To You. Still a lot of stuff to get to. There was some big news in FIFA and for the United States men's national team who are playing tonight. We will get to that as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on. Remember, Infinity Exteriors brings us our Twitter poll each and every day here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, and all of the things. Windows as well, backed by their lifetime workmanship warranty, infinityexteriors.com.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. And at the Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. But what really sets it apart, everything beyond the course. Pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining, programs your kids will actually look forward to. Again, just coming off of a holiday weekend. Course was in great shape. Love seeing the families out there using the pool. Great 4th of July celebration as well. So this is not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place. The Wisconsin Country Club, a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule your private tour today. Mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Kevin Moret here, founder of Mentality Men's Health. Remember the dad we all respected, worked all day, coached our team at night, and still had something left in the tank at bedtime? If you're now the dad who has lost a step and looks like you gave up, stop. There's a reason. One quick blood test of Mentality, we can tell your total and free testosterone that could be causing all these issues. Our physicians have helped over 25,000 men get back to who they are meant to be. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Refresh your yard this summer with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. Choose your power starting at $99 with tools from trusted names like Ryobi and Milwaukee. From backyard get-togethers to end-of-summer upgrades, 4th of July savings on cordless tools deliver the power and mobility to keep up with every job without slowing you down. Power on the go is here, and summer projects are easier than ever with the Home Depot. While supplies last, see store or online for details.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
That's how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be dumb.
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Cold beer, warm summer nights, and the people who matter most. That's the spirit of Yuengling Lager. From small-town main streets to packed stadium parking lots, Yuengling Lager has been bringing people together for generations. It's a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and now right here in Wisconsin. So whether you're heading to a tailgate, going to that backyard barbecue, taking the kids on a fishing trip, heading to the ballpark, Yuengling Lager belongs wherever Americans come together. Brewed with pride since 1829, crack open a Yuengling Lager. Raise a toast to American tradition. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
I'm sure you saw the news over the weekend. The Wisconsin Badgers making it official that Sean Eichhorst is going to be the new athletic director. Programming note, I believe I saw that he is scheduled to appear on Wilde and Tausch this morning, so make sure you tune into that if that's something you're interested in hearing. He is also addressing the media, I believe, this afternoon. Gabe, what do you want to hear from him? What do you want Sean Eichhorst to say about the future of the Badgers, his vision for the Badgers, and what he plans to do to get this team back to relevancy?
Relationships. Restoring relationships. Because if they restore some of those relationships, that I think some money will follow. Now, he's certainly going to have to get out and make more of an effort to get some of that money into the program. But I think restoring relationships, whether it's with high school football coaches, whether it's with alumni, restoring relationships with other prominent alumni other than Ted Kellner, who certainly gives his fair share to the university and the athletic program specifically, relationships. That's what I want to hear from him, is talking about the relationships that he has with the coaching staffs, that he has with the community, that he has with Badger fans in general. That's where they have to start. They have to have a foundation. And unfortunately for Wisconsin, especially football, that's where you have to start, is rebuilding that foundation before you start building other things up.
Is it fair to ask him, how many games does Fickle have to win to retain his job?
You can ask.
You're not going to get an answer.
But I think
it's a fair question.
I think so.
I think it's fair, yes.
I think it's a fair question. But especially this early into it, I've met with, I've already talked with Luke a little bit. We're excited about the direction of the football program, blah, 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 blah. He'll give a non-answer to that question.
Because I looked at their schedule. It's not horrible.
No.
I mean, well, how many wins does he have to have? 8? Big bowl?
I mean, 8's not going to get you to a big bowl, but just
4?
getting to a bowl which they haven't done the last 2 years, certainly is, I think, a requirement.
What do you think the number is?
I think it's hard to say.
I would say it's got to at least be 8, right?
Probably, but I think it's more than just the wins. It's how do you feel about the team going forward? Because if it's 8 empty wins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you just don't feel like the direction of the program is heading where you want it to, I think 8 wins could still get him fired. Now, if it's 7 wins, but they've restored relationships, suddenly J.J. Watt's more involved with the program, or you see somebody like that talking about the program, and you like the direction things are heading, and it doesn't result in those wins, I think he could stay that way.
But you think his mind is already made up that he's, because like we said last week, most guys in this situation want their own guy in there.
Yeah.
His mind already might be made up.
Possibly. But either way, he's stuck with Fickell this year.
Yeah. All right. TBD.
Do you like that he's a local guy? I mean, it probably doesn't matter. But do you like that he has Wisconsin ties? He went to Whitewater. He went to Marquette. Like, do you like that, like, he understands, Chew, to the point that you guys have made, what made Wisconsin football so good for so long?
The previous guy was more of a Wisconsin guy than Eichhorst is, and he didn't get it. He didn't get the relationship aspect. He didn't get building a wall around the state. He didn't get what made, despite being part of successful Badger programs, he didn't understand what made Badger football Badger football.
You're talking Christ.
I am talking McIntosh.
Oh, see, I'm not blaming McIntosh. Just not. I'm not.
Tell me why.
Now, I blame him for the relationships. He felt, I'm saying for I'm sure there was a long list of people that wanted to hire Fickell. Out of Cincinnati, goes to the playoffs.
Sure.
So I don't blame him for that.
He didn't do anything to fix the problem once it realized it was a
That's
problem. True.
That's
took
what
a
I
golden
blame him
parachute and a cushy job instead.
Yeah. Like, he didn't. So do I blame him for hiring Fickell? No. Do I blame him for allowing what's happened to Wisconsin football to go on for as long as it has? Absolutely. He deserves his share of the blame.
I just hate they just take it too far, people. Oh, let's hire Jim Leonard because he's from here and he'd be wonderful. You know, Craig Counsell, wonderful. He's the best because he went to Whitefish Bay. Goody's awesome because he's from La Crosse. I mean, come on, just hire the most qualified person. It doesn't matter. Is it nice to have a little tie? Sure. But it should not be a determining factor.
And I hear you and I agree with you in principle, but I do understand why people want their own. And we just talked about it. There are certain cultures, the way that things go, the way that things have always been. And the thought is, if you're from a place, you understand that. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to be taught it, right? So again, I'm not saying that it's the end all be all. I'm not saying that's how you should always operate, but I understand why the gut reaction, the instinct is, well, I don't have to explain it to you, Gabe. You're from here. You understand the culture. You've been through it. You know how it works. I get that as a sort of default setting for people. Let me ask the loyal listeners this question before we head to break. You just mentioned it too. How many wins does Luke Fickell need to get this year to be back? Is it as simple as 6, 7, 8, double digits? How many wins? Let's put it on the Infinity Exterior poll this morning as well, Joshy. How many wins does Luke Fickell and the Badgers have to get this year in order to guarantee he is back in 2027? Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on. Still a lot of stuff to get to. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Starting to see some delays northbound 4394 from Howard Avenue up past Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound 94 backing up from 35th to Holly Road, back on the brakes just west of Highway 100 all the way to Elm Grove Road, and then from Moreland to Calhoun. Eastbound backing up from 70th Street all the way to 35th, and then we got our usual delays on 41, the northbound side from Mayfair up to Burleigh, southbound from Appleton to Hampton. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
This is Marquette basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
It's a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're planning a home project or need some flexibility, tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. So we have waited long enough to talk about the big news nationally, in that the United States is getting their best player back on the field tonight for their game against Belgium. That game tonight at, I believe, 7 o'clock local, taking place in Seattle. United States has a chance to punch its ticket to the quarterfinal. Is it the first time ever?
First time since 2002.
2002. This is a very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the reaction, I mean, I had people blowing up my texts when it was announced that Balogun was going to be back, that they had rescinded the red card. Not exactly sure how it went down.
They suspended the suspension. They didn't rescind the red card.
Okay, so the red card still exists.
They suspended the suspension that he has to serve for a
year. But
year.
the consequence of the red card was eliminated.
I think he's still going to eventually serve it. I think it's just going to be when the World Cup is over.
Oh, so you can serve a red card from the World Cup at any other time.
Now, I could be completely wrong. This is just in... I know when I was texting with my friends yesterday, the wording on how all of this came out was very convoluted, in my opinion. But the way I read it is that they were suspending his suspension for a probationary period of up to a year. So I read that as, he's going to have to sit this game out. It's just going to be for a different FIFA competition.
I was going to say, because this is the biggest FIFA competition.
Correct.
So... I'm trying to figure out what would be a normal everyday comp. Officer, would it be okay if I didn't pay this ticket, but I promised to pay a future ticket? Or I'm trying to figure out,
Yeah.
Listen, I understand people were excited. My family was blowing up our family text chain because they're obviously wanting the United States to advance. Having him on the field increases their chances, yada, yada, yada. But it did feel a little dirty, right? We can all admit it felt a little slimy, didn't it?
The red card was BS.
Yes.
It was a terrible
yeah,
call. I talked to some soccer people this weekend out at and they're like, it's such a bad call. But if there's no appeals process, how can you appeal?
Well, they didn't appeal.
What'd they do?
FIFA just decided, hey.
They changed their mind.
And, FIFA's... are they the most corrupt organization in all of sport?
Yes, without undoubtedly.
And so
some of the boxing organizations over the years.
I did say this to you guys. That's fair, especially when you go down the list. I mean, if you know that FIFA is corrupt, we can't be shocked by corruption, even when it benefits our team, right? We can't be sitting here. But there's a question being asked right now in the YouTube stream. Would other nations now think we have an asterisk by our name if we go on a little run because it's the USA and happening to a USA player is unprecedented? Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Which again, who
That's
cares?
fair. Yeah.
Who cares, right? If you win the whole dang World Cup, I'm not going to sit here and care that people are like, ooh, side eye, ooh, asterisk. The Heat still won the NBA title in the bubble.
I'll just say this thing. The reaction wasn't the same when Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have to serve 2 of his 3-game suspension for a red card he received when he was able to play in group play when they suspended the final 2. The UEFA didn't react the way it did in players of European nationality when they had certain things happen. So, it is likely corrupt. Sepp Blatter, when asked about his corruption, basically laughed in everyone's face and said, "What are you going to do about it?" This is what they do.
Yeah.
This is their thing. And I'm sure it being in the U.S. has effect on whether or not he will be allowed to play. The big thing is it was a bad call. They got it wrong. Should they probably have a reviews process that you could run up the chain and it actually be through like an official way done? Yeah, that should all happen. But to act like this is the first time FIFA's acted out of the norm and made up rules as they went.
And it's because they have the clause in the clause that they cited for this basically says they can do whatever they want whenever they want. That's basically what the rule in the charter says, is that they can, we can kind of do whatever we want.
So it's your old, you always go back to that game show. There are no rules, or the rules are made up. What is the thing?
Oh, the points don't matter, and everything's made up. Yeah. Whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter.
Look, if the U.S. wins tonight, which we are all hoping that they will, right? National pride and whatnot. No one's going to care. Well, the world might care. No one in the United States is going to care, right?
No.
Especially if this guy puts
he
it.
scores.
If this guy scores,
please.
3 times.
I could live with 2.
Bananas, absolutely bananas. But again, I did when it happened feel a little slimy. And I guess what Gabe's point is, and tell me if I'm misinterpreting it. You're like, what do you expect? It's FIFA.
Yeah.
They're slimy.
And at the same time, to Chewy's point, this is the right result for Balogun because it was a bad call in FIFA, despite being one of the oldest sporting organizations in the world. Doesn't have some appeals process. Think about how crazy that is. Think about how crazy it would be if an NFL player got suspended and there was no appeals process. I mean, the NBA has done the same thing. If the finals would have gone to Game 6. They weren't going to give Victor Wembanyama an extra flagrant foul when they absolutely should.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what sporting organizations do. This is better for the entertainment product. This is better for the TV ratings. If Balogun ends up playing this game for Team USA, I think everyone kind of does this, kind of make up the rules as you go if it's going to benefit star players.
Yeah. And there'll be more U.S. hate now, right?
Sure.
If they do advance. So what's the line tonight? Is it pretty close? I mean, who's favored?
The U.S. is favored slightly.
Because the guys let back into play?
They were favored prior to that.
Okay.
Yeah. And people will debate if he's actually like the best player. He's definitely the best scorer.
He's the best scorer.
Yes.
Belgium has historically been a lot better than they are. And they could have easily beaten that team without him. It certainly makes your chances better.
Okay.
Yeah, Team USA's plus 150.
Does feel a little slimy. But that's okay.
You just sort of have to reconcile that, right?
Yeah.
You just sort of have to reconcile that, like, the guy got a red card. He's supposed to miss the game. FIFA changed their mind, decided, we're going to let him play the game. I think I read in this article it's the first time in more than 60 years of World Cup matches that they are allowing someone, that's what it says right here, who had a 1-game suspension without appeal to play in the next game.
There's precedent for it happening in group play for things that happened not in FIFA competition. And there was one precedent, I believe, back to the 60s of somebody who got a red card that they then rescinded and allowed to play the next game. So, yeah, it doesn't happen often. But, hey, they're doing corruption. They're doing it in our face, and they're telling us about it. At least the U.S. is taking it serious now and taking part in the corruption.
And I don't want to be the person. I don't want to be the person that says, "Won't anyone think of the children?" But at some point, you may have to have a conversation with your kiddos about how this all shook out. And
this is an easy conversation. He didn't deserve the red card. They decided to take the red card away.
But I wonder, you know what? The first thing that came to my mind was targeting in football.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an appeal process there where if a referee tosses a guy and it was a terrible call,
They do that in college football.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's penal. You're out the rest of the game, and then
miss the first half of the second.
If it happens in the second half, yeah. If you get kicked out in the first half, then you're able to play.
But I've always said it doesn't seem fair that even the disparity between the two halves. So we just articulated that, right? If you get a targeting penalty in the first half of a game, you miss the remainder of the first half. So unless it happens at the very first moment on the very first play, you're always missing more if it's in the second half because you missed the whole first half of the other game. So you see what I'm saying? You're always penalized more if it happens in the second half than if it happens in the first half, and that has always felt to me like something they need to fix. It should be a time. It should be like you missed 20 minutes of action, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of this arbitrary, you missed the rest of the second half and the first half of the next game. That's more penal than if it happens in the first. Right?
Yeah, that's
Am I wrong?
You missed the second half as well. It depends upon what. It all depends upon in the second half. Yeah,
when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I remember a Badger getting I think it was the first or second play of the second half. So then he missed all that
basically
second
a full
half.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
But then if it happens in the final 2 drives of the second half,
you're only missing a half of the
You're
next
only
game
missing
anyway.
basically a half.
If it happens in the last play of the first half, you're missing the second half.
Right.
Very arbitrary. All right, we'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Lots of folks weighing in saying, why are you guys not talking about the U.S. president who had a hand in this? Well, there we go. We just said it. Apparently the U.S. president, Trump, also had a hand potentially in FIFA. Gabe, you were saying the distinction there is?
So there was a White House reporter who had 2 sources tell him the same thing. Trump called Infantino, who is the head of FIFA, to understand the rules, did not make a specific ask, and was told it was being independently reviewed. So that was the conversation, according to the New York Times, that President Trump had with Infantino.
ABC News confirming that Trump did make a call. MSNBC confirming that Trump did make a call. But to your point, Gabe, I don't think it was reverse this call. It was explain to me why this call is what it is.
Also important to note that earlier today on Wake Up Barstool, I believe it's on Fox Sports.
Yes.
Dave Portnoy, who had this ahead of everybody else.
He was the first one out there, yes.
Said he got contacted by the heights of power in the world that this was going to be rescinded, which would lead me to indicate it's probably somebody within higher power in the United States. If I were to piece together there and start doing, so maybe the corruption is just the corruption we thought it was all along.
And the Heath hits keep coming. I love it.
This soccer update been brought to you by Discount Liquor.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got delays northbound 41 from about Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. Westbound 94 tightening up through the Stadium interchange to Hawley Road. Eastbound's got some backups from Hawley to about 35th Street as well. Overall, we're looking pretty good around the rest of the system. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field, and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this
this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have that.
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? Is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
When you want dinner to land just right, there's no better option than Screamin' Sicilian. And right now at Woodman's, get a Screamin' Sicilian stuffed crust with every bite oozing with melty cheese baked right into the edge, or go bold with Detroit, thick and square with crispy, cheesy corners. Your pick, just $5.99. Quickly with the Detroit. Last week, you know, how it was just so incredibly hot. I wanted to have a pizza for lunch. Was running, you know, kind of a busy day, but I didn't want to turn on the oven. So I made the Detroit-style pizza in my smoker. So if you got a smoker, I'm just saying, try the Detroit-style pizza in your smoker. More cheese, more toppings, more oohs and ahs at the table. With Screamin' Sicilian, more is amore. But move fast. Again, just $5.99 at Woodman's. This deal only available through July 7th. Screamin' Sicilian, now at Woodman's.
Not a ton of Packers news going on this time of year. But there are some videos that have been popping on social media, guys. And one in particular has Micah Parsons. And it looks like his backyard, maybe. It looks like a home field, maybe, you know, shortened, maybe 40 yards or something like that. And it's Micah Parsons and a number of Packers defensive players who are all sort of working out together. And every time I see something like this, guys, I can't help but think, what the heck went wrong in Dallas? Like, by all accounts, Micah Parsons is not just an incredible talent, right? Mm-hmm. We're lucky to have him on the team, but a really good guy and teammate, right? The fact that he's organizing these group outings, these group workouts, indicates to me he expects this defense to take the step, to take that next step in their progression and be a force this season, right? So I just can't. It's shocking to me that the Dallas Cowboys could be so stupid to let a player like that go, and obviously to the benefit of the Green Bay Packers, who now are reaping the benefits of him being in the green and gold.
The answer to your question, what happened in Dallas, is the easiest answer ever. It's Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry let his pride get in the way. Tried to negotiate a backhanded deal without his agent involved, because Jerry doesn't want to deal with agents, even though he is the self-appointed general manager of his team, and dealing with agents is one of the top things you have to do in that job. He thought he negotiated a deal, wanted Micah to stand by that deal on principle. Micah didn't think he agreed to a deal, and they ended up trading him. So thank you once again to Jerry Jones for being stubborn.
Ego. Yeah. Huge ego. I mean, you don't let a player like that go. He's just too dang good. So But I mean, seems like he's happy. Where was that taking place? Where does he live? In Dallas? He does. Like
he keeps his
is
off-season
there?
home in Dallas.
Van Ness.
Van Ness was not there, according to the videos that I saw. Hold, please. I'll pull it back up.
Okay.
I'm seeing Barron Sorrell, Colin Oliver, McClellan, and one other guy. I can't tell who it is.
Okay.
But either way, they're doing band workouts. They're doing, whatever.
That's
all of the drills.
Good team bonding.
Well,
I
and so
guess.
this is what I would also lean to. We have talked, I feel like, a lot about veteran leadership on this team, right? Because they've been the youngest team year in and year out, and you wonder if that ends up showing up in the postseason, right? This inexperience, this immaturity, whatever it is. This guy is clearly a veteran leader on this squad. I don't know that we needed to see these videos to know that about him, because we've heard comments that he has made, Rashawn Gary, again, allegedly, et cetera, but like where he has called guys
His lack
out
of
at
comments on Rashawn Gary, I think, stood out more than anything.
But also has called, I don't want to say called guys out because he's never been like by name, but it's been very clear what his messaging is as far as expectations go and how to be a good team, which you could also argue, how the hell does he know, right? But I mean, had some success in college, obviously. It wasn't that he had success in Dallas. So I just feel like every time we talk about, does this team have the veteran leadership it needs to take that next step to be a playoff team, a team that makes a deep run in the playoffs, Micah Parsons is seizing that role.
Yeah. You need Micah, not just because he's the best defensive player that you have, but yeah, he's going to be a vocal leader. But that's when you are as good as he is. Sure, you know this. Even if you are a vocal guy or not, teams are going to take a look and follow whoever that best player is.
Yes.
And follow that example. And Micah knows how good he is, so he is just setting a great example.
Well, I just think he wants guys to have the same motor that he has. Clearly, Rashawn Gary didn't have the same motor. But concerning that Van Ness wasn't there, I mean, he's a high-energy guy. So
I am not. Just the only people who love Lucas Van Ness more than Micah Parsons is his family. The way that Micah talks about Lucas, I'm sure it's the 4th of July weekend, probably hanging out with family, doing something with the family in a way.
Yeah.
I am not concerned whatsoever about Lucas.
Wasn't Rogers anti-getting together?
Yeah, because he wanted to enjoy especially as he went on and got older.
Yeah.
As evidenced by all the different international trips he took, I think Aaron wanted to enjoy his offseason.
Yeah, okay. No, team bonding's good. We never did it back in the day. Not something we did. Because we had so many mini camps. I think we had 3. And we actually did stuff in mini camps.
I think you guys had team bonding without realizing you were doing team bonding.
Yeah, there is that.
And it wasn't workouts like this, but there were some get-togethers.
We had a lot of camps on paper. Yeah, we don't need to bring that up.
Reaction on the social media post includes a post from Micah Parsons' brother. We've talked about Micah Parsons' brother and how he sort of inserts himself into these conversations. But he says that Nazir Stackhouse told him Micah literally came in and changed the whole defense, showed them how to work. Now, again, take it for what it's worth, okay? Because it's Micah's brother complimenting Micah. But again, I feel very strongly that this feels different. It feels like we know we missed an opportunity. We know that Micah might be missing a huge chunk of the season. I'm going to need you guys to step up. And in order for you guys to step up, this is how you have to work. This is what you have to do in order to get to where I think this team can get to.
It's easy when you have that high standard and play as hard and as often as Micah does. We love having the conversation of, oh, yeah, Rashawn Gary, low snap count guy. Micah's not that. And he's got the motor. You see him pursuing from the backside. His first sack ever as a Packer, he started on the right side and chased down Jared Goff near the numbers. That's a hustle play in order to go get that sack. So, yes, he can quickly get after the quarterback, but over the course of the year, he has a couple of hustle plays that could be the difference. And that's a great example to set. In one that he wants to, I'm glad he wants to, and try to instill that into the young guys that showed up to his house this week.
He's pushing, he's creating competition by saying, hey, I'm going to be out for the first 8 games. It's got to be one of you guys. And it's probably going to go to the guys that's working the hardest and has, the highest motor. So
Can you blame Micah when he showed up and the leader on the defense was Rashawn Gary, who was not only a low snap count guy, a low effort guy, and a low production guy?
Yeah.
He looked around and said, "What the hell's going on here?"
We call that the hat trick.
Yeah, what are we doing? How is this guy the leader?
Yeah.
What is this? Well, I need more out of. And yeah, it would make sense that your team would take after him.
Will you be eyeballing what he's doing in Dallas?
What do you mean?
Rashawn.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be a lot to eyeball, but if
luckily it's only like 60% of the snaps.
Yeah, if he's taking naps on pass rush plays, I'll probably be aware of it.
Yeah, the Cowboys play enough on national TV.
Right.
You don't even have to go
I'll
out
have
of your
no
way.
choice. Right.
I also think that there's one other angle, and it's that, to your point, Joshy, Michael looked around the room. He knows he's going to be out. One of these guys is going to have to step up. Multiple of these guys are going to have to step up. But I think it's a huge endorsement of the talent that he said, this isn't a lost cause. You guys can do this, right? And was like, all we need to do is work out a little bit, get on the same page a little bit. That, to me, feels like a bigger feather in the cap of the Green Bay Packers, that Micah Parsons and his elite talent looked at the talent that the Green Bay Packers have accumulated and goes, we can do this. It's just going to take a little bit of, whatever they're doing down in Dallas, the workouts that they're doing. They're building chemistry. They're getting on the same page. This is all good stuff. And I know that somebody mentioned Aaron Rodgers earlier, and everything doesn't have to be pushed through an Aaron Rodgers prism, but you want your veterans to take the younger players under their wing and say, this is what I've done to get to where I am. This is how I did it. If you want to get there, follow me to freedom, essentially.
My only concern is, do they do enough in training camp where they're going to be able to determine who's going to be taking his spot on the field for those first whatever games?
That's fair, Chew. But I think outside of Lucas Van Ness, all the other guys that are in competition for that spot are going to be playing preseason games because they're all so young and don't have that much NFL experience.
But,
them.
Clearly, Clowney is our break glass in case of emergency. That's all I'm saying. Well, how do we know when to go to Clowney? Is it going to be first regular season game, second, or will they be able to?
You've got 2 weeks between that last preseason game and the first regular season game.
Yeah.
I think that's when a Clowney move would happen.
Yeah, it's going to be paint by numbers. You're going to be able to see those guys work. They're going to be doing pass rush drills. They're going to be doing live practice. That stuff's going to give you some.
How good's the offensive line, though?
No, I'm saying you're going to be playing against the Arizona Cardinals.
There's
going to be enough.
Well, but you only have the one joint practice. That's all they have on the calendar right now, which is disappointing.
One?
They just have one joint practice.
Why?
It's what they decided they wanted to do this
year.
They
end up in fights too often, and people are worried about it. I will say, it's very deliberate the way the Packers have rebuilt the team since the Aaron Rodgers crew all left. And I think that's pretty clear in how much they talk about leadership and how hard guys are working in the locker room. Goody and Matt LaFleur talk about that constantly. And that's one thing that I think they probably thought left the team in the late waning years of Aaron Rodgers. And I don't even know if you can really blame Aaron Rodgers for all of it. He doesn't need to do as much work as everyone else. He's been doing it for as long as everyone.
True, 100%. And again, this is not going to be an Aaron Rodgers bashing segment. But I do think that if you don't think those young guys, the Barron Sorrells, the Colin Oliver, get giddy knowing that a guy like Micah Parsons, who could be doing anything else with his free time, literally anything else, has chosen to spend time and pour into them, that's huge. And I think that's always what the criticism was when Rodgers didn't apparently invest that extra time with the young guys, right? When someone of that caliber takes an interest in your growth and evolution and getting better, a lot of times you're inspired. Holy cow, Micah Parsons sees something in me. He thinks I have potential. And you go that much harder to try to maximize it, to try to prove them right. And I think that was the criticism associated with Aaron Rodgers maybe not doing that, maybe not taking some of the young guys under his wing. You have all this institutional knowledge. Pass it on. What are you going to do with it? Take it to your grave? All it can do is make the team better. And I think that's why this is so huge, because it is not just they're getting better. It's that he's showing them he believes in them. he sees something in them, and he thinks that they can get maybe to where he is. 800-990-3776 if you want to react to Micah Parsons bringing some of the young defensive players down to Dallas, working out with them this summer to help this team take the next step in the evolution on a playoff run.
You know that I've been using Mentality for years. You should be booking your first appointment. Go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Mentality's physicians have treated 25,000 plus men. Now, when I first started using Mentality, I didn't want to believe it was low testosterone. Oh, I'm getting a little bit tired, getting older. Back when I had started using it, the morning show that we're doing now still was pretty new. That's why I got to be more tired throughout the course of the day. No, for me, it was low testosterone. They check total and free testosterone, which is huge because you want both of those numbers to be where they need to be in order to feel your best day in and day out. And with Mentality, they've realized you can't rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. So if you are somebody that's just kind of lagging behind, you don't feel like that guy you used to be, but you want to get back to that, maybe it could be low testosterone. And Mentality can build a custom plan for you to make you feel like you used to. So start today. It's easy. lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 41, we've got backups from about just before North Avenue all the way up to Burleigh. Eastbound 94, backing up from Hawley Road all the way to 35th. Westbound from the stadium to Hawley Road, and then back on the brakes, heading right past Calhoun towards Brookfield Road. We've got a few broken down vehicles on westbound 94 heading past Barker Road towards Highway F. There is also an accident on the Highway F off-ramp, so that's not really affecting the main line per se, but just something to keep in mind. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best summer moments aren't always planned, and that's why Carbliss is made for whatever's next. Delivering bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail, Carbliss is ready to go wherever summer takes you. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and only 100 calories, it fits seamlessly into your lifestyle so that you can enjoy every summer moment with Bliss. And while you're making the most of the season, try the limited-time Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack or the Lemon Iced Tea 4-pack before they're gone. Carbliss, bold flavor in every sip. Find your Bliss near you at drinkcarbliss.com.
If you're a golfer, a hunter, or someone who has a lot of gear, you know how quickly a garage can run out of space. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and I'm here to tell you that Closets by Design creates custom garage solutions designed around your lifestyle. From cabinets and storage systems to garage flooring, they create a place for everything. I love what they did with my closet, and now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you ate for the rest of your life will be measured against Buc-ee's.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know, it's not just betting at Potawatomi Sportsbook. There's a big food menu filled with a bunch of new items. They've got all-day brunch with steak and eggs. You know I love a steak and eggs. They've got a steak and bagel sandwich, pancakes, of course, and then, of course, you got Wisconsin-style appetizers. Cheese, and more cheese, because it's Wisconsin. And then chicken wings, tendies, build your own burger, an MVP turtle sundae that's to die for, tons of cold beverages to go along with your all-star meal, lots of food options happening at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bring your friends, bring your pals, and enjoy the atmosphere of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Must be 21 years old to enter the casino. Bet above the rest. We put it on the ESPN Milwaukee poll. How many wins does Luke Fickell need to earn another season as head coach? At least 6, 7 to 8, more than 8. Go ahead and weigh in on that. As I mentioned, the show after us, Wilde and Tausch, is going to have the new athletic director on, Sean Eichhorst, on to chat before his introductory press conference a little later this afternoon. Now, we talked about Jacob Misiorowski being named to the All-Star game. It is very clear to me, gang, that Jacob Misiorowski would like to pitch in the All-Star game. Yes, it will be great to be able to go, watch the parade, sit front row, watch the game, and all the things that we have seen guys who do not actually play in the All-Star game but are still rostered and still end up going. But every comment that Jacob Misiorowski has made, guys, indicates that he wants to play. And I do think that based on some of the comments I've seen from Pat Murphy over the weekend, the skip is softening on his stance. He is softening on his stance that Jacob Misiorowski will not pitch in the All-Star game. Seems like he's more of a let's see how it goes type of guy at this point. You guys were pretty adamant to me. 0% chance Misiorowski pitches in the All-Star game. Are you also softening?
No, he's still not going to pitch in the All-Star game. Especially now with the injury to Woody.
Yeah.
They have 8 games this week before the All-Star break. It is an all hands on deck to get to the All-Star break with the injury to pitching. Now, presumably, Gasser's going to come up and pitch the second game of the doubleheader tomorrow. They do have an open slot for the series finale against the Cardinals. I think that's probably going to be Henderson, but Henderson's not going to be stretched out. He's not going to be able to go 6 or 7 innings. So you need Miz to throw his 6 or 7 innings in the first game of the doubleheader to help save the bullpen. You're going to need him to throw 6 or 7 innings on Sunday so you actually have enough arms to get you through that Pittsburgh series. They're not going to suddenly go, oh yeah, we've got enough pitching to cover this, because they don't. If Woody wouldn't have been injured and thrown back on IL with Henderson coming back, maybe you could make a case of, oh, we could start Woody on that Thursday, then you could start Henderson to start off in Pittsburgh, push back Sproat, push back Drowan, and then you've got Miz, and he can now throw in the All-Star game. But with the injury to Woody, I don't know how you cobble together enough pitching with 8 games this week before the break and not have Miz start twice.
I just wouldn't run the risk now because he's a young kid in his second year. You throw him in there. What's everyone going to want him to do? Throw 105.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, with a young kid, get caught up in the moment, lose a little bit of your technique, and the next thing you got to pull the bleak or something like that. So I think Murph's being smart.
He's not going to start the game.
No.
That's going to be, they haven't announced that yet, but it looks like it's going to be Christopher Sanchez,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of Miz being available or not.
Dave Roberts being the manager of the National League.
Yeah, saying, hey, we're going to start the guy in his hometown
Yeah.
for the hometown team. The game's in Philly. We're going to start him. So he's just another guy going in there.
Just go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sit there, you know, sign some autographs, do some interviews. You'd be fine.
The comments I've seen from Pat Murphy that I say make me believe he is softening his stance is, I'd love for him to pitch in the game, but right now we're just making sure he's ready for his next start. We'll take it one day at a time after that, and we'll see what's best for him. Truly, there's no way to rush this thing. I'd love for him to pitch in the game, but sorry, I'm not thinking about it right now.
Yeah. So when's his next start?
Tomorrow.
And then he is scheduled to start the Sunday before,
It
correct?
just doesn't time up.
No, especially when you need pitching.
Yeah.
Because you have one of the starters going back on IL.
Yeah. No, it's a smart move. Smart move.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Doesn't
mean I have to like it.
I don't know. I still don't understand why you want him to throw in the game so bad.
I just wanted to go to the Pro Bowl. I didn't want to play.
As evidenced when you showed up late for the game.
Not my fault.
Grinder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he did the grinding during the season. Season was over. Don't want to grind when it's not the season.
Especially when you almost get your ribs broken. I'm like, dude, it's a fun game, you know? Blaine Bishop. And I told Brent Jones, but I'm like, because I was going into a contract year, I'm like, I'm out. He's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. Holmgren didn't like it, but screw him.
You don't. Big man.
Yeah.
30 years later.
Yeah.
Talking big.
2,000 miles away.
Why do I want him to do it? Let me answer that question, okay? One, he wants to. Okay, he's been very clear. In fact, in the article that we were talking about this morning, the Bob Nightingale article, he said, I'm praying for rain, meaning tomorrow when he's supposed to start, he's praying for rain, or he's praying for rain on the Sunday game that he's scheduled to start so that he doesn't have to pitch so that he could pitch it. So the kid wants to do it, right? But in the article, I think Bob Nightingale says he's too young, he's too shy, and he's too good of a guy to push back, which again, all props. I'm not going to sit here and criticize a guy for being too young, too nice, and too shy to push back on his big league manager. But I also think that it could bring one of those moments in the All-Star game that you talk about for years to come, right? And I just like the idea of on that stage when you're celebrating the best in baseball, seeing one of the best in baseball get his due, get the opportunity to show what he can do. I'm not saying show off. I'm not saying, like you said, run it up to 106 and run the risk of injury. Yes, I want to make sure I said that right. I'm simply saying this could be one of those moments that we talk about for decades to come. You remember when Pedro Martinez did it? You remember when this happened? You remember when that happened? You remember when the Miz was in the All-Star game and he threw 105 and he struck out 3 guys or had an immaculate inning or whatever it is? That potential exists. And so that's why the fan in me is hopeful and wants to see the Miz throw in the All-Star
But what would the fans say if he pulled an oblique in the All-Star game? How stupid!
Should have never been out there.
Should have never been out. You know, it's like the quarterback. Do you rest him the last game to get
Yep.
ready for the playoffs, or do you play him and all of a sudden something happens? You know.
If it works out, it works out.
Yeah, correct.
But especially with the injuries to the pitching staff, I'd much rather have him pitch 6 innings on Sunday against the Pirates than face 2 batters or whatever he would end up facing in the game on Tuesday.
When was the last truly memorable All-Star game moment in the MLB? The last and first that comes to mind is the game that was at then Miller Park that ended in a tie with Bud Selig cutting it off.
Ripken hitting a home run.
So even prior to that?
No.
Or was that after?
I think that was shortly
Was he still
thereafter.
in the MLB?
Yeah. I think, yeah. Well, it might have been before that. Gotta look up when that Ripken home run was.
It just feels like that game doesn't carry the same weight in with fans.
Yeah, it was shortly before that. That was the 2001 All-Star game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I can't. I mean, all of them were around that time because the Pedro thing was 99. This was 2001. The All-Star game at a tie was 03.
Mariano Rivera?
Did they allow pitchers to pitch longer back then too?
Yeah, they let guys pitch.
And then like guys played more innings, and because that's how you have the memorable is where you like, it's just 1 inning, you're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
How do they deal with a tie now?
It's
a
tie.
Which is crazy, Joshy, because if it's 1 inning and you're out of there, what is the big deal? And I'm not talking about it the way you guys think I'm talking about it, because I can hear you say, you're right, what is the big deal? Why does he have to pitch in it? But I'm saying, is he really going to run the risk of injury by pitching 1 inning?
You have your regular rests. That would not be his bullpen day. So he would not be scheduled to throw typically that short after. Now, if the All-Star game was on that Wednesday, that would be, I believe, his bullpen day. And maybe you could get away with throwing the 1 inning, but that's with the way that you kind of rest and go through your recovery process to get ready for your next start. He would not be scheduled to throw on that Tuesday.
Murphy says, we want to do what's best for the kid first, then what's best for baseball, then what's best for the Milwaukee Brewers. And I want to do what's right by the kid first and foremost. That's our job. He's always represented our organization well. 800-990-3776. Jacob Mizorowski likely not going to pitch in the All-Star game based on the schedule that the Brewers have him on, but he is hoping for rain. Do you want to see Jacob Mizorowski pitch in the All-Star game as a fan? Let us know. And again, you could be on either side of this. You could be a fan and say, no, it's more important that the Brewers have him for the long stretch, and I don't want to see him in the All-Star game. Or you could say, heck yes. Given that the Brewers only have 2 guys who are on the roster right now, this would be another opportunity to show the country, hey, we got something good going on here in Milwaukee. Check out this Jacob Mizorowski kid. Maybe you've heard of him. If you haven't, let's watch him in the All-Star game. Throw absolute gas, absolute fire past these all-star hitters. 800-990-3776. Joshy?
Summer is a way of making you want to feel good in your own skin again. Maybe it's pulling out the summer clothes, planning vacations, or just wanting more confidence and energy day to day. I was ready for more than quick fixes. I wanted something that actually worked and lasted. I'm feeling lighter and more energized and back to enjoying foods I love while creating healthier habits that actually fit my life. It's a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program designed to help people lose weight safely and naturally and to keep it off. Some patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, bar shakes, or counting calories. And for a limited time, you can get $200 off with the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com, or give them a call at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980. Tell them that Homer and Josh from ESPN Milwaukee sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde & Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde & Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Celebrate and save big during Steinhaffel's Furniture and Mattress 4th of July sale. Save up to 30% store-wide, then take $75 off every $7.99 you spend. And we make buying your new room easy with our special 60-month 0% financing. Plus, take an extra 15% off our already low-priced clearance. And don't forget about the amazing doorbusters throughout the store. It's Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Ready for a weekend you won't forget? Get to the Brewers Series against the Rockies Friday, July 24th through Sunday the 26th. There's a game for every fan. See a Brewers postgame alumni legends game on Friday. Then collect a Brewers Guess Who giveaway Saturday night, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Looking for an unbeatable family day? Join the crew Sunday when the first 5,000 kids get a local artist t-shirt giveaway designed by Unfinished Legacy. Get tickets at brewers.com.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend with Brian Redmond is coming to Road America July 16th through the 19th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm telling you, don't doubt his story because he heebie-jeebies at certain times to miss field goals.
Yeah.
Gabe, I showed you how he does the heebie-jeebies,
Heebie-jeebie,
right?
heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie.
You take your
heebie-jeebie.
fingers and you rub them back and forth on your thigh and you go heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie. Swear the guy bats 100%. So to call him a liar and he puts a curse on you?
Look, I'm not calling him a liar.
Yeah, you are.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You guys know how much organization matters to me, helps me keep my life in order. And that's why I loved working with Closets by Design. And what they did to my closet, they can do for your garage space. Every time you pull into your garage, if you're looking around going, man, this is chaos. There is nothing organized in here. How can I find my saber saw? How can I find any of the tools that I need? How can I find my kids' baseball gloves when we got to go to the park? Closets by Design can help. Talk to my friends over there. Right now you can get 40% off and they have special financing options. If you want to spend less time searching for your things and actually using your things, Closets by Design can help. Check out their free in-home design consultation at closetsbydesign.com. It's closetsbydesign.com. We put it on the ESPN Milwaukee Infinity Exteriors poll. How many wins does Luke Fickell need to earn another season as head coach? At least 6, 7 to 8, more than 8. Before I give the results, Chew, what's your vote?
I'd say more than 8.
That's what I voted for also, just for whatever it's worth, in the YouTube stream. Gabe, you think that's too egregious or too much?
I think...
Aggressive?
It sounds about right if it's on wins alone. I think he could win 7, but if the vibes and the way everybody feels about that team changes, I think he could get to 7 and still survive.
It's not a good sign when we're working off of vibes, right? Like,
vibes haven't been
I'm
great.
just saying that's an indictment of the program. Where we're like, I don't know, how are the vibes?
If people are going, oh yeah, this is a team I want to see, and signing back up for season tickets, because I honestly did not think I would see some of the scenes I saw at Camp Randall last year, with the lack of people going to games.
Yeah.
And the people that I know that just went, I don't want my season tickets anymore. I don't want to be locked in to go and watch this. So if that can turn and the perception with the fan base turns, then Luke can stick around. That's what he's got to do.
I mean, I just think it's got to be 9 or 10 because this AD probably wants to bring in his own guy. You know, like Mike Sherman never had a chance when Ted was the GM.
Well, and then he won 4 games.
Yeah, which didn't help. So
going 4-12 didn't help that year.
We asked this question because Sean Eichhorst is making his introductory press conference this afternoon. He is also scheduled to appear next on Wilde and Tausch, that at 9:30 this morning. So if you want to hear what the new athletic director of Wisconsin has to say, make sure you tune in to the Yingling guest hotline where Sean Eichhorst is going to talk to Wilde and Tausch. Reaction on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube stream. 15% of people say at least 6, 43% of people say 7 to 8, and 42% of people say more than 8. So that's 85% of the vote, guys, saying it has to be 7, 8, 9, or more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even just taking the single step of making it back to a bowl and being bowl eligible. It's taking another step and being above 500.
Well, and like I said, because they've won 4 games in 5 games, you could argue that winning 6 games would be an improvement. I also haven't looked at Wisconsin's schedule this year. Is it considered difficult? Is it considered middle of the road?
Probably middle
of the road.
Yeah. But the contract's not as bad to get out of as well.
Correct.
You know, the buyout's not as big, so we'll see.
I think it has to be convincingly, right?
Yeah.
Fickell's performance this year has to be a convincing performance in order to get him to stick around with the new AD, who you can hear on Wilde and Tausch in about 30 minutes on ESPN Milwaukee.